some fun today. Some LA, you know what I mean? You don't just have to pack the Independence season days after, right? Okay, so let me see if my other guest, Nigel Francis, is on with me. Let me see. Nigel Francis, bonjour.
Hey, bonjour. How you doing?
I'm fine, but I'm not seeing you.
Well, I not seeing you. I not seeing you either. So I don't know what's going on.
So
I not
let's see.
seeing you. I hearing you, but I not seeing you.
I'm seeing you somewhere, but I'm not sure if you're on the live already. But let's see.
Let's see. I know I can hear you.
But I'm here.
But I am not seeing you.
Okay, we'll fix this up.
Yes, and of course, if you can see me, you let me know. But I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Well, it's nice to have you on, Nigel.
Yes.
So I was just saying.
It's a little earlier for me this week, as you know, we have the time change.
Yes.
So, but it's all good. I'm here, ready to roll, ready to rock, ready to connect.
That is the vibes on a Saturday. We missed last.
That is the vibes. That is the vibes.
So we missed.
How you doing?
Saturday. Well, I'm fine, Nigel. I'm doing.
You've recovered and everything. You recovered
course.
from all the celebration and.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's Snow Boy?
I know. I'm not seeing us. I seen a nice little design. I love the design. It says connecting the dots, and I seen the dots trying to connect. I love that. I love that design. But that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, let's see.
Yes, I know. This everybody already telling me, Nigel, we're not seeing. I wanna we're not seeing. Tell I wanna we're not seeing her. We're not seeing you.
Yes. So
we want to see how she looking now. Okay,
yes.
Papa.
Okay. So.
We will get it fixed up. But all you can hear us, so that's good. Good morning to you, Janet. Good morning to you, Pekka and Paben and all those in the South Florida community. Good morning to you. Had a wonderful event last Saturday, Independence Dinner. So good morning to you, Priscilla Dennis, for putting this together, and all the others that connected. Marlon, good morning to you. Elka, good morning. And everybody else, good morning. Yes. It was good. It was good. How was your community day of service? Everything was good?
Yes, it was good. I mean, like before, community day of service was something much, bigger. It was on a grander scale, if I could say that.
Yes.
When people would really come out, Nigel. And but this year again, the focus was on beautifying your surroundings.
Right.
So in a few communities, people turned out, but not as early as you would have expected. You remember back in the day, like all 5 o'clock in the morning, Nigel.
Oh yes. Local government would have been distributing material all the day before, and so on. And very early in the morning.
Yes,
people be out ready to start paving the roads, and setting up the roofs and doing all what we could.
That's true. But say hats off to all those who turned out, and see this as still being very, very important. It is important, and I hope that this tradition can continue for very, very, very long time.
Yes, definitely so. And if it's beautification, let's do what we can. And sometimes the project that you're starting community day of service, you didn't have time to complete it. So it doesn't mean that this weekend you cannot continue the process, right?
Yes.
So you can still go ahead and continue the process.
Continue. That's it. That's the idea. That's the idea. So Nigel, are we on? You seen me now? I'm
back out. Well,
I'm Denzel. Come a while. I have a new tech, Nigel. I have a new tech.
You have a new tech there.
Yes,
new tech organizer. What's his name?
Denzel.
All right, Mr. Denzel.
Yes.
Get us organized.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm not seeing you still, but good morning to everybody else. As always. For those who are logging in for the first time, we have some first time guests. So good morning to you, and welcome to another Connecting the Dots. This is where we connect Dominicans all over the globe, and this is where we have some fun and we share some good vibes.
Of course.
So it's nice that you're joining us for the first time. So yes.
Yeah.
Who was that says the first time? Hamilton Joseph, good morning to you.
Let's welcome him in a big way. Stick around all the time, every Saturday. Snap around.
Good morning to you. Nice to have you. Elke, good morning to you. Anything Elke's kitchen this morning? I don't know. I see you now.
Oh yes, yes. So we are
I can see you now. So it's beautiful to have you on. and be ready to connect and have some good vibes rolling,
So
right?
I'm seeing Winnie Green is on, and I'm not even going to say anything, Nigel, because Winnie and I did not get to take a bounce for the independence, and I'm
What?
disappointed.
I
But
Weenie wasn't nominated because she said she couldn't join Connected because she was tired after Creole Festival.
Nigel, if I give you this
And she
time,
didn't come and say hi. And no, that's not Winnie.
Winnie was all
No.
over the place, and
We might
Annie.
have to put her on detention just for that.
Yes, I think so. I think maybe no, not
Yeah,
a
we might have to
suspension.
put her on detention because Winnie should have come to say hi.
You know.
That's not a good thing.
Yes. So let's say hello
You
to
know.
Derek
But
Mann as
she's anyway,
well.
she's saying good morning, so that's
Yes,
nice.
Derek Mann is on
That's
as well.
nice.
Hi, Derek Mann. Nice to have you on. Snapper Laura, Hamilton Joseph. Wow.
Yes, well, Snapper is always there,
Yes,
so
Snapper is
you
always
cannot
there.
say no to Snapper.
That's
So
it.
good
That's
morning
it.
to you, Snapper, and Sandra. Good morning to you. I haven't seen Alvin Thomas yet, so that's
Yes,
not
I
a
haven't
good
seen him
thing.
myself. I haven't seen him.
Late.
Yes, yes.
maybe the time change kind of throw him off a little. I don't know, but he's
Probably.
late.
Probably. We'll see what
Yes, yes,
happens
yes.
because he's a detention.
It's still a
Yeah,
detention.
yes.
Time change
Still
or
a
not.
detention. Yeah.
There's no excuse,
Yeah. Yeah.
Glenda, good morning to you. Shows Jules always loved and good morning to you. And we love to have you guys connecting with us. All the diasporans, all you come back home, all you come back now. You have any left in
Boy
Dominica?
Nigel, I see them with Boy Nigel, a lot of them, Boy Nigel. Let me tell you something. Oh my goodness.
Noreen, who you?
No, in fact,
Are you
Norina's on
still home?
shift,
Are you still home? Well, you still home, or you come to the other
No,
side?
she's back. She was on shift,
She's back,
Yes, she was on shift. She worked, She did her fair share.
but
So,
she's back. Okay.
yeah,
Good,
she's
good,
back.
good, good to know that. Good to know that. So everybody's
Yes.
back home and everybody's settled again. And of course, waiting for, I guess, Carnival will be the next time
Very soon.
we'll see them coming back home again.
Yes. In fact, Nigel, Calypso has started. I'm not sure if you viewed last night. Start on 10th.
Oh, Mass Camp had a little thing going on,
Yes,
right?
Mass Camp,
Last
right?
night.
Yes, yes. So
Yes,
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 Mass
yes,
Camp,
yes.
Mass Camp. Yes. Start will
Okay,
come
okay,
later,
okay.
but
Yes,
Mass Camp was
I
on.
catch the.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the
I
Calypso
did catch a
vibes is
little bit
on.
of it towards the end when I realized they were on. So hey, it means we move from one to the next, right?
Yeah.
Move from the from Creole season, from
Man.
Independence, straight into the
Straight
into the
into it.
Carnival.
Yes. Yeah. So tomorrow for us, I know I think it's today for you, right? Veterans Day. But tomorrow for us,
Yes,
it's yes.
actually today is Veterans
But
Day.
tomorrow we observe
Is it?
Remembrance Day, Poppy Day.
Yes, 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 and we observed it here yesterday. So quite, most of the I guess the public places were closed. The banks and a couple of the government, well, the government of course, and a couple of the banks were closed, and no school yesterday. So those kids were running around driving everybody crazy.
Man.
So we observed it yesterday. So happy Veterans Day to all our Dominican veterans, those who served in the military. Good morning. Happy Veterans Day to you. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you keeping us safe throughout the night and throughout the days.
Definitely.
And then tomorrow is Poppy Day. Is that what we used to call it?
I remember
used
the
to give
days when we used to buy our poppy for 5 cents or 10
like a
cents.
poppy,
But of
a red
course.
thing used to put in your hair or stick on you or something.
Yes.
By the cenotaph, right?
Yeah, man, we'd buy that for like 5 cents, and then it went up to 10 cents, and yeah, and that was a big thing for us back then. The more poppies you had, the brighter you were, sort of. The more decorated you were, probably. But yeah, it was really good, and we learned.
How they call it Poppy Day? The Poppy thing come out.
I think I knew before. How did I forget that? But anyway. But yeah, that was a big thing for us back in the day.
Somebody will tell us. But it used to be big because you had the parade after and everything.
Yes, man. So there's the parade again tomorrow at the War Memorial, the Cenotaph, on Victoria Street, right next to DBS Radio. So we'll be bringing that live as well. And yeah, it's still a celebration. I mean, there are those who think that we should not have this.
What time does it start?
It starts at 8.
Those who want to tune in.
At 8. And the broadcast would normally start about 7:30 because then you'd have the government band coming in, and the Girl Guides and all of that. So we want to capture this. So yeah,
nice.
I should be on this tomorrow. I'm looking forward again.
Well, yes. I'm looking forward to see another outfit,
Hey, Papa, mind me with Nigel. I have to dress like a poppy there tomorrow.
Yeah. But it's a good vice. It's good vice to remember those who've contributed and served in, in a different capacity.
Sure.
And, I mean, we know of the, the World War I, World War II, and what transpired. And, we've had Dominicans who've been part of that process. So it's good that we can continue to honor them and to remember them.
Sure. I mean,
for their contribution.
I'm not sure if any of them, if there's one, I really doubt. There was a time, of course, we had a lot of them, participating in that ceremony. Gone are the days, obviously.
Right.
But we still remember and we still, honor them, especially on that day.
Yes. It would be nice if, we start to get to the point where the family members, even if the actual, those served and not around, it would be nice if the family members could,
In fact, for years now, that has been happening. The family members, would represent. So this happens. I think there's a committee as well, and some of the family members are also on that committee. If it's still vibrant, I'm not too sure. But I as we speak about this, I also remember the late Derek Angle. He would have participated because he would have represented his dad for many years.
Yes.
So
yes. I remember way back then, Glenn Emmanuel used to always be part of that. The magistrate Glenn Emmanuel, because he served as well, and a number of other people who served. So it's nice. It's nice that the family members can continue and be part of the process. To it's important to remember the history.
Of course,
it
is.
And what has brought us here.
Definitely. Okay, Norris saying more AC. Shows Joe is on. She's saying nice to see us. So
well, yes, it's always nice to have shows. We always appreciate shows being there.
Sandra Norris is on as well, listening in New York. And Snapper is saying that Winnie Green deserves a pass. So okay, we'll take that.
Well, if it's Snapper that recommended it, we have to give it a pass because on behalf of Snapper, Winnie, you're excused.
Okay, so you're excused
for not coming to see Ivona. That's okay.
But I like what Hamilton Joseph is saying. He's saying he has been listening to the program from its inception, Nigel. And he's also saying something else. Look, I pass it there, boy. What?
You pass him already? Let me see. He says he's been listening from inception.
You have called once or twice?
I think I've called once or twice, but the calls are not being accepted.
Well, no, that's not true, I mean, at times
we do accept calls.
At times we take calls.
Yes. We do take calls sometimes, sometimes we have the guest and we connect it.
Yes, yeah.
So it's difficult to take it in between, but we do accept calls.
We still, and so if you want to call today, you call today. I mean,
feel free.
Because we have to also remember there are people who only listen on radio. So they too have to be part of it.
Yeah. Yes, they have to be part of the process. So feel free to call. All right, feel free to call. I what's the number they should call?
The number is look, I forget the number, wait boy.
That's what happens when you go on vacation.
305-432-9744. 305-432-9744. So that is the number, you can call us. Yes. So Reddick Thomas is watching, and the vibes go on. So Nigel, by the way, I want to bring on. I'm not sure if he's on already. I hope he comes on, because when I spoke to Virya Murillo just before the independence celebration or just the start. He mentioned that he had, I think, 2 poems, Creole poems, and I was supposed to bring him on a past program, and I forgot, and I felt that we can bring him on for at least just to read the 2 poems for us. I haven't seen my guests, but I haven't seen my guests. Oh, they're coming. Good morning. So let's see if Vow is on.
Good morning, Nigel.
He's on.
It's nice to connect with you again, even if it's for a short while. We were talking about the Remembrance Day and what we call Poppy Day, and
yes, I remember.
Yes,
I'm not seeing Vow. I'm hearing him loud and clear. But I'm not seeing him. Yeah, but I'm not seeing him.
Well, I can see him. I can hear him.
Okay. All right, so
yes,
let me
yes. Yes, well, so we were very quickly, we were trying to make a connection, between those who served and World War I, World War II, and so on. Yes. But Poppy Day, I'm not sure if you have an idea of how we came about by saying Poppy Day or Remembrance Day.
I think it has to do. I'm not sure. You can check the facts, but I think it's a flower, the Flanders poppy. There's something about where they had the war and where they had the last battle and the burial. Something happened somewhere in Europe.
That's true.
From then they took that flower and they said that will be our symbol.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
But I remember Poppy. I remember Poppy. And you know, and in England, if a politician appears on air without their poppy on during this time, is a serious blow from the population. People would really you must have your poppy. They will write about it if you don't have your poppy as a public officer. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. How was independence?
It was nice. We had the mass as usual, you know. So yeah, everything and all the food. Up to today, we continuing it because today we have some food somewhere.
Nigeria boy, people, let's invite us. No boy, Nigeria for anything.
But that's okay. That's all right.
Next time.
We didn't get no invitation. I mean, at least you could pack a grip and come out,
you know.
I come in next weekend to get my Lawester because I should have things remaining.
Okay, Papa.
I'm pretty sure. Ivona was telling me you had some poems and something that you wanted to share with us now.
Yes. The thing is, when I was at grammar school, we published a magazine in 1973, and E.O. Leblanc, who was the premier at the time, he wrote in Creole, and so that's why I consider him the father of the nation, because right now we have all the cultural things going on. But we forget that sometimes it's somebody with the power that can open the door. And he was the one who, as premier, he would bring ballet dancers and court people from all over the country, you know, to have the competition and come up to Roseau for the gala. Now, what I remember about him was that he was not only talking about culture, he was actually living it. So as a little boy growing up in Cottage, Mr. Leblanc would visit on our feast day, he and his wife. And when it's time to dance, he would pull out a cassette from his back pocket, put on Jinping, and he and his wife would dance at her home. So that stuck with me. And then I saw the man writing Creole as well. I said, well, this is really the father of the culture, you know. So I just wanted to share that one with you. And then there's another one I found, an anonymous poem that I use in my workshops. And I found it was so impactful that I asked Arlington James and Madam Sonia Akpa to help me translate it. So I have that one as well. So those two I can share with your listeners when you're ready.
Nice. I love that. And I mean, the connection between, E.O. Leblanc, the actual, if you want, the practical demonstration of what he wrote about and what he felt and what he wanted to accomplish for us. Oftentimes that's not mentioned, you know?
Correct. It gets lost.
The fact that he could actually, write the Creole back then.
Yes, when we didn't even start to figure it out, in terms of a structure. And he figured out, this is how I'm going to write this. I'm going to represent my language this way.
Wonderful. Well, go ahead with the first one when you're ready.
Right. Okay. So the first one by E.O. Leblanc, Honorable E.O. Leblanc, he's called it Nom Noe. And it goes, Nom Noe, fi l'échelle chimè ou te ke vle pou suiv, pou wive demain, chel vi ou vle pou vive. Pou wache, dewasine, détruit, tout jaman yo mette an tout chimè pawa ou, ki tchembe yo e ou deye jik jodi. Kachile bien. Pistini si telman, adan gwan et twet glisse ou ben washe, me chanje. Ki lale, ki lawi, ki toas. A tan pase ou marche sans kachil. Ou pa kachile, ni toase, ni fey. Magwe la men ou mawe de ou toujou. Lide ou lib, me liberté ni pui. Wasu e wasino, se pa joujou. Eme tout, me eme wasu pli. Travail wed, pardonner, Pouye, l'horizon clair, coupe chimè ou même, avec courage, pétui destiné. That was Nom Noe by E.O. Leblanc.
Wow.
I like this. I remember Liberté, ni puis, something like that. Liberté ou ni puis.
Wow.
Yeah, liberty has a price.
Yes.
I remember.
Liberty has a liberty. You are free now. Your mind is free, but liberty has a price, a big price. Yes. You have a duty.
Yeah.
And can you imagine? I mean, writing that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they I'm trying to wonder whether this poem actually has more meaning and is more powerful now than it probably would have been when he wrote it.
Well, two things. I think he wrote it at a good time because, when he wrote it, it was the Black Power movement. That's
Right.
what we're fighting to wear Afro, trying to decide, whether we're this or that or the other. So it should have had a bigger impact. But I believe at the time, many people didn't pay attention. Because remember, in 1973, we were still telling our children, don't bother with this Creole thing too much. We used to call it Patla,
Yeah.
learn English, so people would not have paid attention so much to this. But I believe now is a time when we are ready for this because the ideas are still relevant and now we are more accepting of our Creole language. My children are they have a group chat and they always beating up on me because they said I prevented them from learning Creole and and I tell them guilty as charged. I really didn't make the effort, I didn't make the effort to make sure that they learn.
Okay. So
and I guess you'll just continue in the process of what I started with you because
yes,
the parents would have done the same and then
correct. And I was
at some point we had to break that.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So
let's get number 2.
Yes, sure. The next poem is in English. It's Which One Am I? And it's anonymous, so I have no idea who wrote it, but I use it a lot in my workshop. So I translate it as Ki les diyo mwen ye? And it goes, Mwen du bout bo chimela adan yon vil ka gade yon gang nom detwi yon gwan kay. Yo te ka tire kay sa la pou yo sa mete yon lot kay asi mem tewen la. Mwen gade yo. Eve le mwen vwe pou vwe, yo te ka kwaze kay la telman fasil. Mwen te ni pou made foman la yon cheksyon. Mwen made, se nom la ki ka detwi kay sa la, yo ni mem vale la dwes ou habilite kon travaye ike employe pou bati yon kaz nef. Bougla oui, il dit moi garçon, yon la bouwe ordinaire c'est tout mwen besoin pour détruire en 2-3 jours, ça y ke pour un builder, yon l'année a tiye pour faire. Ah! Mwen kachile. Eve mwen made kon mwen, ki les di yo mwen ye? Es mwen se yon destroyer bien content pour détruire tout ça mwen jwen? Ove si mwen ka pon tan pour faire tout ça mwen paye. Pour faire village moins, l'école moins, organisation moins, et pays moins. Plus meilleur. Parce que moi t'es là. Parce que moi t'es ici. Qui laisse dire au moyen?
Qui laisse.
Yes.
I like this one as well.
Yeah.
And you use this during your sessions
yes.
To bring across the point of.
Yes, that it's so easy to destroy. It's so easy to see somebody build something and break it down. You can break, as the fella said, in 1 or 2 days, I can take ordinary laborers and break down this house. But for me to build the house, I need skill, time, patience, and so it's just to remind people. And especially in organizations where people start off by saying everything is bad, everything is not good, nothing works, and I use the idea that if a diver is on a platform, the high divers, the Olympics, they're going on this dive platform and they take a beautiful dive. But I say, imagine if that fellow believes that the platform is rotten. He's going to take an awful dive or he might not dive at all. Yeah. So if you get up every morning saying how bad the country is, you're not going to take the dive. You cannot spring to greatness from a platform of weakness, So that's what that is.
All right. Very profound. Val, we thank you so much. I don't want to rush you. But we have some people in the studio and they're ready. They're ready.
You're probably.
All right,
good.
Thank
you.
Yes, but go nice connecting, nice in your. Stick around.
I will listen to the rest. All right,
beautiful.
Nice vibes. Nigel, well, if you see Studio 2, Papa, they put me in the shade there. I should have put a duet or something on me there, man. What?
In the shade.
Yeah, boy. What?
Yes, that is good. It's good. Good morning again to all those who have been joining in and logging on and linking up. all those who came back from vacation and you're now back at either work or still trying to recover from the independence.
Sure.
Hey, Fitz, say good morning to you. I understand you had a great time, you and your guests in Dominica. It's nice to see every year you bring a few Dominicans home to celebrate the independence. So I'm glad you're able to do that.
Yeah.
You didn't invite me, but it's all good.
No, let's say hello to Edwina London. Edwina London as well. Gordon Henderson is watching, Nigel.
Hey, Gordon. Listen,
boy, that Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. And what's the TV I was able to see, Gordon? Thanks to Gordon and the connection that he had.
Oh, yes, I can remember sending it to you.
Spectac TV. Thank you, Ivona, for sending the link. So I was able to view that little part. World Creole Music Festival community, I still on your back. Next year, we need to see this. Get it right. Okay, I say my piece. But thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Gordon, and Michael and Signal Band for being able for us so we could see a little thing.
Sure.
All right.
So
nice.
Edwina London, let's say hello to Edwina. Carl Kofi James is watching as well, Nigel. Wow.
Jacinta Carl Kofi James for a while, you know.
Yes,
by the way, I think his daughter has released he's releasing
Nigel. She's doing
some songs or something, you know. So I'm not sure if it's Vivian or the other one. So Carl Kofi James, correct me, but I know that she's doing some beautiful things with music.
Oh yes.
So yes,
we
congrats
have to see if we
on
can
that.
Make a connection there. Okay, so we're going. By the way, Jacinta Banis, Nigel, she was here. We had fun time. We had a good time. That's all I'm saying.
Hello, she came to see you and you had a fun time with her.
Yes, she came to see me, and then anyway. Right. So
by the way, we need to say to excuse her because the reason she didn't come to see you was the rain.
Okay, Papa.
Papa, we need. That's your excuse.
Sandra Norris, Hamilton Joseph. Okay. Sandra Luke. Okay, let's bring them on, Nigel, because you cannot have the Queen of Bel Air, waiting for too long, So we go to Studio 2, Nigel. You seen them?
Not yet.
What? You not seen them?
Where you? No, I'm not seeing them. And I need to see them. Denzel has his name? Organizers. I'm not seeing them yet. I am still seeing you and I'm seeing me, but I'm not seeing them. So, what can you have with that?
Okay, yes. So I check my vibes. All right. Yes. Wow. There's something.
Where you have to pick a little Creole because those people there, if you see you don't say any little thing in Creole, the area they're from, they'll come down hard on you. So I must say a little thing in Creole. Hey, Papa. Yeah. I am here.
Yeah, there's something about Granby, Nigel, and how much the people appreciate the culture, our cultural heritage. There's a cultural vibrancy in Granby. And if you look at, what Granby has done for culture, and if you go back to history, Matu, to Orion, and all those people there, oh my goodness. And then we got Adriana Henderson. Wow.
Yes.
We really have to celebrate our people, Nigel, and I'm not just saying this for flattery or anything like this. To see Adriana on stage, and probably she's not like a spring chicken like before, but I saw her performing last week, Saturday night. How are we?
That is what
there's something.
Still light on her feet, Still light on her feet.
Yes.
Adi, my dearest, good morning to you, my darling. How are you doing?
Nigel, I'm doing fine, thanks.
You're doing fine? All right, beautiful. And we will find out a little bit of Adi. I mean, now they call her Adi, teacher Adi, all kind of different names, Queen. All different things. Yeah. But it's always wonderful to connect.
And then
we have Carlton as well.
Carlton Henry. Wow. What can we say about Carlton? He has the culture, in his bones. It's embedded there. And he continues to do so much for, cultural upliftment in Dominica. We really have to sing his praises. I mean, when you see Carlton on stage, he's professional, he's everything, he's approachable, he's just everything. Culture is in his DNA, and we really appreciate him. There's another young lady who is here as well, Nigel. She was in Dubai with me, and I was wowed in Dubai. Seriously. I could not believe that the young people...
Was you in Dubai?
But, I was in Dubai with her. In fact, we had so much time, anyway. But I could not believe that. I mean, I know that the young people, they appreciate it and they grab onto it. But when you realize that a young person has taken this on because an older person has passed on the baton, Nigel, you just, wow, it's just something else.
And that's the beautiful thing about it. And I mean, just looking there at those in Studio 2, and, it's not only you have, It's almost like a generation.
Wow. Yeah.
That's in there in studio with you now,
Mm-hmm.
and so that it just tells you that this is going to be on for a long time. That we're going
Mm-hmm.
to continue passing it on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not going anywhere.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
I think they represent not only South City well, Norrin, yes, I know South City. Norrin, I want to tell us South City in the
Papa.
house. You know already. I know they represent South City very well,
Yeah.
Norrin, but they also represent Dominica very
Oh
well.
my goodness. And they have
And so it's
represented
always
well.
good to
Yeah.
have them on
Yes. And there's this other
and
young
there's
lady.
some
I
good
don't know
vibes.
her name, but we'll find out her name. Very, very
We'll
young,
find
and
out.
she can
We'll find
dance.
out.
She can just
Yes.
move like effortlessly on stage.
Yes.
And
And we
and
have
then there's the drummer,
we have the
Nigel.
ever energetic on the drums, right?
Oh my goodness! What can we say about him? He's like an unsung hero, and these are the people that we
Yes.
really have to
That is
applaud
a
Nigel and recognize for their
hero.
efforts, because he has been doing this for so many years, very diligent at it, and we really have to pay recognition to people like that. And that's one of the reasons I
We do.
decided. I know we have been trying to get Adi on since last year. It did not work out, but I'm happy that we have them on this year, because we have to recognize people who
We do.
continue to
We
make
do.
that contribution, because they could simply say "Mwa pasako," but no, they are there because it's
They
in
keep
their
it
DNA.
going. They
Yes,
keep it going, and we thank them
Yeah.
for that. So,
Nigel
we thank-
Usapali, let's bring them on. Let's bring
But
them on.
if they don't stop us, we don't stop.
Yes, we like to talk. Do me parler. Teacher Adi, bonjour.
Bonjour, bonjour.
What? How come I'm not hearing Teacher Adi loud enough now? Let me see.
Bonjour.
Okay, how are you doing, my dear?
Good enough by the grace of God.
All right, it's nice to see you. Looking splendid,
Merci.
royal, and everything like that.
I feel so.
Nigel, how do we begin with them?
How do we begin with
Mm-hmm.
them? Well, because we want to get so much out of them, we'll kind of make it short in what we normally do.
Yes, because they have to
especially-
dance, by the way. We have to
because
clear up the.
They're gonna dance first.
But of course, Nigel. So when you think the drum is there, and the
It's gonna
dancers are
be a
here.
wonderful,
Oh, yes.
beautiful connection. So, Teacher Adi, we will make it short. We won't go through much story.
Amen to that.
But basically, for those who don't know, and I think everybody knows anyway, but for those who don't, just tell us a little bit about Teacher Adi. How did it come about Teacher Adi? But first of all, full name Adriana Henderson. What part of Dominica are you from? That general vibes.
Main area, Granby, raised up in the Lale itself, block 43. Teacher Adi has been dancing for a long time. Teacher Adi was raised right in Granby, close to this lady. Her name has become, like a stamp on Dominica's culture. The late Matutu, mother of Orion. She was my neighbor, actually. So I was this little girl looking at these people dancing all the time. So everything stemmed from there. It's just a pity my mother wasn't so into the social things, and she kept everything low, like, keep it low, keep it down. And for that reason, I couldn't partake in activities like independence competitions, even as a child and so forth. But that didn't take away any of my link to the cultural aspect of everything. And I grew up just doing what I love doing and growing and, entertaining and inviting others, and, everything just kept on as it is today.
Were you dancing when you were in primary school?
I could dance, but at home, private. My mother would not allow us to dance in
Oh, yeah?
public. We could, she was
Okay.
a very strict person, very reserved, and we loved her that way still. But, she never prevented us from learning, but everything was in the house. Everything was in the house. I had my
But
brother.
Creole wasn't forbidden in the house, right?
It was, my
It
dear.
was.
It was written in the house. English only, no patois. So wherever you
What?
used to look, you would see that. My father, that was my father's part. Yeah. He believed he was that kind of Englishman at the same time. That's what he was.
For some reason, I always felt like, toujours parler Creole.
Creole.
Not everybody.
Okay.
I have my reservations talking the Creole language. I understand it very well. But there are words, I will remember. There are words that will come very easy to me, but many times, just a fluent Creole conversation might have me in a little tumble. You understand? Right. So sometimes I don't feel too comfortable talking the Creole unless I'm, grassroots, you just talk and you don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
And that is an interesting observation.
Let's bring in Carlton. We'll come back if Adi and the others. Let's bring in Carlton. Carlton, when did it begin for you? Tell us a little about Carlton.
So, honest to say the truth, I became intrigued in cultural activities or culture, stemming from a summer program in Grand Bay while I was still at primary school. And I had a love for it, but I didn't have an avenue where I could go and showcase on my own apart from school activities. So I saw an ad once, tried to be looking for members. It was in 1999.
Wow.
And I was like, yes, they're looking for members, but you must be 18 years. So I was like waiting for for me to turn 18.
Can you imagine that, Nigel? Like in Dominica, like the young people would wait for 18 to maybe get their driver's license or something like that. But he was waiting to dance. You hear that?
So by December of 99, which was the time I turned 18, I think I approached Teacher Adi or some member of the group and told them I want to join. They invited me to the meeting, and it just happened from there. Never turned back. And to me, that's when all of what I could do culturally just blossomed, really. But before, as a child, you do basic thing in school during Creole Day, but nothing really serious. So my real, how would I say, openness and boldness in culture activity started from 1999 onwards.
Mm-hmm. What is it like for you to growing up in Grand Bay as a young boy in the community, having to learn the Creole, probably for being to speak the Creole at that age? And what is it like for you?
Basically, only thing my mother spoke at home was Creole. So that was something that I grew up into. Creole wasn't something far-fetched. Mm-hmm. So when my mother would speak to outside persons, probably representable persons in the community, then I'll hear her speak a little English. So basically, when people say Creole was their second language, Creole was my first language at home. So I think that's why I'm so comfortable speaking Creole all along every time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nigel. Okay.
That is for another discussion, but it's very interesting to hear both Carlton and Adi mention the fact that the Creole was in the home and so on, but when you talk to reputable people or you talk to people that you consider to be a different area, then you have to speak the English.
Yeah.
And it's something that we grew up on where we kind of felt like Creole was not just a second language, almost like a bastard language, but that's for a different discussion. I know people like Gordon Henderson has done tremendous work on that in terms of the language and what it meant growing up, even people like Val and so on and so forth, But Tradibel, how old is Tradibel? 42 years. Tradibel has been around for 42 years, serving us and sharing with us. How did Tradibel come about?
How did it come about, Teacher Adi?
Oh my. The fact is, I was always involved in group activities. I'm
not getting you loud enough.
I was always involved
that's
in
better.
Group activities. I became a catechist at the age of 12. So it was like I worked with young people, and then the time the 1970s brought in all that black consciousness time and work and study groups and whatever. And I remembered forming a group called Flow, and it was a creative dance group.
Flow, was it an acronym for something, or it was?
You're right. I'm just going to give it to you. And people like Delia Coffee was in that group, and it was fighters for the liberation of our women.
Wow!
It was kind of
in that flow.
Yeah, that's
fighters for the liberation of our women.
I love that.
Right, so that was Flow, and we had a lot of other groups like Les Shell and SLD and Foosh. And if you check also
Foosh.
Foosh, like a support.
Okay.
So all these were given names that would make meaning to what their objectives were.
Mm-hmm.
And then I continued. I kind of went off a little bit. What was your question?
No, we are talking about Tradibel. How it started.
Yes. So then I started to go to the. I was teaching from 74, and then Alwyn Bully met me at the Teachers College, and he asked me to form a little group so that they could travel to Quebec. And Abiof was one of those with me at that time, because we didn't really have a structured group. But I knew of people who were involved in cultural activities. He was with SLD. I was with Flo.
The SLD was what?
SLD was Southern Liberated Drummers and dancers at the same time.
Okay.
And there was John Roach, who was also a ballet dancer and a drummer.
True.
And I had a good friend of mine, Johnson Baron, known as Whole World. He used to dance with me for a long while. So I put a group of 5, 6 together, and we did travel. It was a little rough on me because I had to meet them after I was at college doing teachers business and teachers training, But eventually I arrived in Quebec, and that was our first outing. Our first exposure to the outside world, and that is where Chadi. So we went up as bell folk dancers. It wasn't even tradi bell
folk dancers. BFD.
Ballet folks.
Okay.
Right. And when we came back, Alwyn was the one he gave me the idea. I think Raymond Lawrence, we spoke. And then I tried to change that. I tradi bell, traditional ballet. And ballet, bell. I would turn the word ballet and traditional bell. And then I discussed it with somebody else, and they told me that was sounding good. And from bell folk dancers, we became tradi bell, and that was 1981.
Wow. Nigel, you see, it's a rich history. But were you not tussled though at the time, Adi? Because you had La Genetoire Chorale, you had Midnight Groovers, there was a cultural vibrancy in Grand Bay. So were you the tussle at the time, or just know that it's dance you wanted to dance?
I wanted to, ballet was not in the limelight, as it should. It was not. And I was a member of La Genetoire Chorale. But at that time, it was almost becoming dysfunctional. It was at its dying stage. Most of the members were my senior, and being one of the very young persons, I decided, after the group ebbs out, I wanted something to continue, and starting Tradi Bell was one of the best things I felt I could do at that time. Groovers was there. We used to perform with Groovers sometimes, in the sense of developing activities that would be like Miss South, Miss Talented South. We always had some pageant. We always had some Isidore activities. So we were always working alongside with Groovers because they were the entertaining people at that time. And for those who don't even know, even I used to sing at one time, backing up a band called Black Bees. Everything was black at that time.
Black Bees? I've never heard about Black Bees. I heard Black Affairs and
Black Machines. Okay. We had Black Affairs and we had Black Bees. And I used to be on stage singing back up for Black Bees,
Wow.
So I find myself on stage, although to tell you the truth, I was always a nervous person, shy, because I wouldn't get that kind of support at my home. So whatever I was doing, it was with my friend. I had a good friend by the name of Imelda, so it was good for me at that time.
Wow. So. Carlton, what about you? And what you think sets Grand Bay apart from the other communities? We have heard for many years Grand Bay, the unofficial probably capital of culture in Dominica. But for you growing up in Grand Bay, what did you realize that was different from other communities about Grand Bay?
One thing that sets Grand Bay apart from the rest of the island is we are bold person who stand for what we believe.
Oh, you bold we?
We
stand
for what we believe.
For what we believe, right?
No, realize I did not say we stand for what is right or what is what
for what you
believe. Because and plus the other thing that makes Grand Bay unique is the rawness. We will tell it as it is. We will not try to polish anything and then
you can say you're raw.
Yeah, our talent is raw. We're not going to try to fancy it. And I love that because to me everything polished doesn't necessarily mean what's the best or what's how can I say it? What's right. So I like the uniqueness that our people come with. The raw. When you see a Grand Bay person somewhere, you can almost spot them out. They're not trying to fancy up or make you think like I'm perfect or I'm no.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like laughing you, they laugh you, and then probably they have to say sorry, they're sorry, or you know what? I just like that thing. It sets us apart, and I just love it.
You see is what you get. That's it.
And just to add to that,
sure.
Nigel, you know about playwriting and stuff. People like Steve Hyacinth would tell you straight he would like to come to Grand Bay just to have his play done, because he would get the reviews he would get from Grand Bay would tell him whether the play is good or not.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah.
They give us the feedback.
Boy, Nigel.
And something else that is very unique
go ahead.
is Ivona. If we're going to support you in something, we will support you.
Full support,
We will
full
support you.
Même si zo soko gume deme or you know.
No, but we support our people.
You'll support on the day. Yeah, you have to support.
That's why I'll just use pageantry as an example. Almost every pageant that we have in Tong, you will get the
when the MC say who is here from Grand Bay, Ben Nigel, you don't know.
Or you will get the promoter or the organizer will tell you, I want a girl from Grand Bay. I want a girl. You're trying to wonder why they always want a girl from Grand Bay. They're telling you when they have a girl from Grand Bay, they know they have a show, because they know people going to come and support Grand Bay. People going to come and support their own. So
and we applaud
right,
Grand Bay.
That's another thing I like about it.
So Nigel, if we go, so we're gonna get some music. We're gonna get some dancing. Noreen is saying South City massive bonjour. There are some other comments from people from Grand Bay.
Well, you don't want to know. Well, I mean, Grand Bay take over the book.
Yes,
the book
yes,
take over the program.
Bobby
so
Thomas, bonjour tout le monde. South City in the house. I'm listening from London.
A few weeks wants to say Grand Bayrians were never enslaved.
Yes,
and then of course Noreen say her thing. Barbie Thomas said she remember doing a dance on the altar or something.
Yes, for confirmation.
Dance on the altar.
Barbie, in fact, is saying for confirmation,
that.
She made the class did the dance at the altar area. I never forget this. It's still good memory. Well, that's nice to remember.
Yes. Francisca Scotland says she used to dance in Cassie Bruce with them too. You know, when they came. Yeah. She can't forget that. Grandbayrians are the best.
I want some music there.
Grand Bay is the best. Grand Bay is the okay. Today's Grand Bay Day. We declare today and connecting the dots as Grand Bay Connection.
No, we have had a lot of guests from Grand Bay. A lot of guests from Grand Bay. I remember when we had Chubby, we had Cole, we had so many people. We had Roosevelt Parket. We had Mikkel. We had a lot.
Noreen has always been around. Delia has always been around.
Oh yes.
So, yes.
Someone is saying Carlton
represented well.
Hamilton Joseph is saying Carlton is perfectly right, because on St. Thomas where I am, you just look at someone. Nigel, I lose it.
Look at someone.
They just come in, so you.
You know it's Grand Bay. That's what he's saying. If you ever ask from, the answer would be where else? Grand Bay. Just by looking at them in St. Thomas. And Zelia Coffee Week says the people who settled there went there as slavery was abolished. So although they left Africa as slaves, they go up there just around the time slavery was abolished, and that's where the boldness comes from.
Okay.
And yes, where the boldness comes from.
So let's hear the drums come from now. Let's get something.
Yes,
then we'll continue to talk. We'll take a break and talk again. But Nigel,
yes. So we can have you and give us some drums.
Yes. So what are we gonna do, Teacher Adi? How are we gonna do it? We're gonna see if we can work. A technician will help, and we'll clear the chairs. We'll do some dance.
Really wanted? What do you
anything Tradibel has to offer? I know this space is kind of limited, so what you can do within that small space, a lot of people are watching, viewing and enjoying.
If they will enjoy, then we can give them something small.
Okay.
All
and
right,
we have dancers at the back as well.
They're going to organize.
But tell us who your dancers are. Tell us about Abio and the others.
Well, Abio, Carlton Merrifield, our drummer for years. Then we have Miss Cortella Defoe. Miss Cortella Defoe, she's a teacher at the Grand Bay Primary School.
Did she participate in any pageant?
She is a former Miss World Duet.
Okay.
And former Miss South.
All right. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. And she's our dancer today.
Okay.
And most of the time now, since I, not, as you said, not a spring chicken anymore. And then we have Erlene Henry, who is our lead singer today, and she's doing a wonderful job.
Boy, she has a voice that chat well there.
And she has the gum.
Yes.
And again, that goes back to what we do. No matter how limited our numbers and whatever we do, we try to put every ounce of passion that we have, every ounce of strength, and try to do it to our best.
Yeah.
Okay, so Erlene will give us a song, and we will just. And you can join us in the refrain. Okay.
So there will come a time when you will have to remove the chairs, and let's do a little dance. Okay. Carlton can do a little pitch or something like that. So just bring the chairs down.
But of course, yes, this is connecting the dots. This is the time that we connect to our people. And more importantly, this is where we're going to have a live performance from Tradibel.
Abio is the only one that should be sitting because he's drumming.
Yes.
So we're going to make this happen.
we're going to kick it off going. Of course, those of you who are logged on and logging and giving all the beautiful comments and connecting, we appreciate it. Manchester is looking on.
My brother is the Eddie John Baptist. That's my brother, yes.
Yes, Renick, good morning to you. We said that earlier as well. Carol, good morning to you.
Nigel. Bobby Thomas is saying, I'm sitting there looking at you all and I have goosebumps. I can imagine, Bobby. Guabe in the house, that's what Carrie
in the house, yes. Jordi Guabe.
Yes.
Brady Bell is here. Yes. And Adi and Carlton and Abby, you and the rest.
Yes.
Going to give us a little bit of entertainment.
Yeah. Okay, so the drum has started. Let's see if we can get a lot from the drum, right? So I know the technician, what he will do is try to put the mic a little closer to the drums so we can get the exact sound of the drums.
Yes. Okay. And of course our singer will do what they have to do. Yes. So this is a live performance. This is not a recorded. This is right on the spot.
In living color.
So, you know.
So probably Erlin can come closer to the mic as well. So let's angle the mic towards Erlin so we can get this going.
Yes, the producer
we're gonna make it happen. Yes. But Erlin can sing it. Erlin powerful. Okay, so we ready? Let's see. It's connecting the dots, and we have Tradibel Cultural Group of Granby on with us. We just ended our independence celebrations, 45 years as an independent nation with the theme Anu Celebrate, and we are celebrating. We are recognizing the contribution of Tradibel. So let's go.
All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to connect with them. Tradibel's up our way. Take it away.
mot, oui.
La salle mata masse, la salle moi si amé. La salle mata masse, la salle moi si content. La salle mata masse, la salle moi si amé. Aïe si moi teni l'argent moi t'ai acheté. La salle mata masse tambouillé. La salle mata masse, la salle moi si aimé. La salle mata masse, la salle moi si content. La salle mata masse, la salle moi si amé. Aïe si moi teni l'argent moi t'ai acheté. La salle mata masse tambouillé.
Nigel. This is just something else.
Wow,
Wow.
wow, wow, wow,
Yeah, that's
wow,
what you call a
wow.
wow.
Listen,
And she,
there's there's dance and there
I
is
tell you,
dance with joy and passion and feeling. And that is what I think we've just witnessed. Wow. Wow. Addy,
Yo,
you go, girl.
thank you.
boy, I tell you, Adi's still like a spring
Yes.
chicken, you know. Adi still has it.
Addy has, and she's also passed it on nicely
Yes.
to what's the young lady's name?
Cotella is just one
Wow,
of them.
she's
Coachella,
graceful.
yes,
She's
yes.
graceful.
She's been dancing ever since she was a child at the school, primary school, secondary school. We took part in the independence competitions. We won a lot of prizes, She has been dancing for a
Yes,
long while.
yes. And I mean, Carlton, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not sure if Carlton is passing it on, is training the others to come.
I am.
But Carlton, you can't give up yet, man. You have too much in you still.
I started passing on for quite a while now. Abi and myself was very much instrumental in putting together, not putting together, sorry. I shouldn't say putting together, but rather training the Subuli Massa group.
Oh, nice.
So Abi on we do not keep on whatever we know in Tradibel just for ourselves. I mean, there are extra nice little techniques and perks you might have to keep for yourself. You can't give everybody everything. But in terms of passing it on, we do go around Dominica once we are asked to work with people and help develop the craft of ballet. So I definitely is right on the board doing what I have to do.
Wow.
Nice. Let me use this as an opportunity for a little bit of education in a sense.
Sure.
So you did 2 ballet pieces, right?
Yes.
You did 2 ballet.
Belly
For
peachy,
those
belly
who don't
salty.
know, the first one was what?
What we call the ballet peachy.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the next one was the ballet
Soti, which is known also as the back foot.
What is the what is the difference between the two?
The pitcher and the sote?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
one happens to be the slower of the two, which again, they said that ballet is a dance. It sometimes contains a lot of gyration. Sometimes they used to mention it as a fertility dance. So it's like you show off to the male and the male shows off to you, and then cordial. You dance, you love one another, and that kind of thing. And the same goes on for the sote. The only thing is the actions differ in the sense that it is more jivey, it's faster, it's more up-tempo, and the songs likewise, and the beat likewise, because ballet is something that the singers, the drummers, and the dancers have to be in sync.
Right.
It's actually the drummer has to follow the dancers. So the faster you dance, the faster the beat goes. However, sometimes we realize some people are trying to increase the tempo of the piche dance. The piche dance is supposed to be the slow dance that takes you into the next dance. It's almost like a warm up into the hot one.
Oh,
So
okay.
you should see a difference between the piche and the sote. Okay,
Nice.
the steps are different as he said. The sote is known as the back foot. It's the same way some people refer to the piche as the front foot because it go front, step, front. But they both have cutting steps. They both have their a little time to relax. Like in the sote, you have the guiji, which you don't have in the piche.
Peachy, okay.
Okay, but in the piche, you can cut and stop your drum at any time. And that you should not do in the sote.
In the
it's a
sote.
form of getting a little vent, taking your breath. Yeah. So
Adi, you have been on stage for so many years, and you would hear the crowd, applauding, and just a big moment for them. How did that make you feel? Can you remember one moment when you were just dancing, maybe gracefully on stage, and the song was deafening because so many people were just screaming? What was going through your mind, dancing on stage and, having to contain yourself?
I love it when, people make you feel accepted, and then on the mention of your name, you hear the crowd going up. And it's like, thank you, Lord. You gave me a talent and I'm using it.
Sure.
And I'm trying to use it to the best I can to give him praise and honor at the same time. But, there is a time I can never forget, in the sense that I wasn't well. You know, I had surgery, and then it was like I was at my doctor's office the same week, and I, couldn't move my arms. My arms couldn't go up, and I had stopped dancing for a little while, and it happened that this very week I had to dance, and I found myself on stage. And when I realized I could lift up my skirt, after that my arms never hurt me again, and it's like after that I just continue feeling better and better and better. It was something I could not conceptualize. I couldn't understand what was really happening. But it's like, as I said, from the time I realized I could dance and my arms could open and I could hold the skirts, all the pains I had.
Nigel, you see when you're passionate about something, it reminds me of a farmer.
The healing powers of music.
Yeah, like a farmer, he's very, passionate about his farming, and, he's, toiling.
And the worst part, the doctor was in the audience.
Ah!
I say she must be saying I was lying.
Oh my goodness!
She must be saying I wasn't talking the truth, and it's like I say she can't understand.
So the pain went, and you had to do it.
Spirit that was working through.
I told you my arms could go up, and everything went well.
Yeah, I want a little from Erlin though. I mean, I want somebody laugh way, but without the music. Because Erlin has this penetrating voice, Nigel. So you want to Erlin, give us something without the music. It's
a piercing thing.
Yes, piercing.
It's special.
Yeah,
it's special.
So any one you want to choose. You go ahead, Erlin.
La salle matin massé en la salle moi si amé. La salle matin massé en la salle moi si content. La salle matin massé en la salle moi si amé. Aïsi moi teni l'argent moi te acheté. La salle matin masse tambouye. Tambouye moi oule kala oule la ouye. Tambouye moi oule kala oule la ouye. Tambouye moi oule kala oule la ouye. Aïsi moi teni l'argent moi te acheté. La salle matin masse tambouye.
Si moi teni l'argent moi te acheté la salle matin masse tambouye. Why, Nigel, you know the stories in those lab way there? When Nigel sometimes I hear some kind of things, I'm like, oh my goodness. Seriously. Like sometimes like a mepui sometimes. That's
you
just
have
beauty.
That, yes. You have that storytelling thing about it. It's
and things like that.
Yes. It's a nice storytelling part of it. So, I mean, Carlton living us as
no, Carlton.
So he did still. No, I mean both Carlton and Adi and even Erlin as well and the others. How for someone who wants to learn, right? Somebody who hasn't danced ballet or anything like that, but they're really interested and wants to learn. Is it difficult or is it something they can get? Are there basic steps you can teach them? Like I know we're going to dancers before we leave, So is it something that they can pick up easily or is it difficult?
Okay, there are two things: your willingness and your tutor.
Right.
Okay, so she's willing and she has good tutors in you and Carlton, so that's going to happen in a little while. Okay. I don't know about that.
Naja, I can hold my foot on the bell, especially bell saute, muddy saute.
Yeah.
So you're going to saute for us in a while. Is that how you laugh?
Nigel, I send me any mic today. I send me any mic today. Let the people.
But Carlton, is it for the male dancer? Is it something that they can also pick up? I mean, someone who has the willingness and the time and so on, is something they can get easily done.
And you need to have as well, right?
Bella is not really a difficult dance. You have to make up your mind you want to do it, and then see it's simple. There's nothing about how would I say, the perfect step.
Right.
If you're learning something for the first time, you'll always make a few mistakes. So you always have to just give it a try, and each time you try, you'll get an inch better. So and always try to, how would I say, not perfect what you have done, but always try to build on what you have done. So if probably you just doing the forward step is what you could grasp for now, try to work on it, strengthen it. Then we will go into the other movements which are more subtle. They're more how would I say, they're not as vigorous or that jivey like Teacher Adi would say, like the others. So it's little step by little step, and then I think somebody can learn ballet in a day. You can learn ballet in a day. You just do not have any mental block to it. Just try to keep an open mind, and whatever is taught, try to grasp as little by little every inch, and then you'll get there.
To add to that, there is a thing called GAM.
Yes, you must have a
even
gum.
if you have all the steps perfect and you haven't got GAM, your belly will not look like it is belly. There are people, they don't have the steps correctly, but they have the GAM.
Of course.
And that happened in the gala. I saw that little girl. She can't take the belly steps so well yet, but her GAM alone tells you she's going to be a very good dancer. And so that is very important, because there are many people I can see, people I have helped, people I have taught, and it's because of, you see, what you carry, what you try to get from the belly. Belly is not a thing like you have to be like, oh, I'm fancy and I'm all over the world and I don't want to ruffle my feathers, I don't want to sweat, I don't want to, no, you have to be down to earth. Yes. Bella is something that's down to earth, as the ancestors always believe in the spirits being in the ground, and that is why most of our movements are towards the ground. Okay, so it's something that you have to tell yourself, I am, what do you call it in local terms? Like a grassroots, I'm a down to earth.
And when that drum is beating, that rhythmic, sound of the drum, you have to move. You have to move.
The explanation teacher is giving of Bella is coming right back to where we started. The rawness. Ballet is a raw dance. It's not a polished dance. You have to have gum definitely to make it look, for you to look exceptional on stage. But the dance is not a polished dance. You have to look to see where you put in your step, your foot, and no, I have to bring it back. No, it's not that dainty. It is a raw dance. It, like teacher had mentioned, it is known to be a fertility dance, a mating dance, as we would call it. Right, and neither something. Thank you very much, Abiu. That's something that many people mistake in the ballet. They mistake in the ballet for what I say, a creative dance. Ballet is not choreographed. It is a spontaneous dance. If in the middle of doing the back foot, I am felt to or I feel urged to go straight into a cutting step or something, I should be able to do that. It's not okay like you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 back steps and 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there are some ballet groups doing that, and it make their ballet appear very choreographed. I will recall once I was dancing ballet with not a foreign but a different group from a different part of the island, and while I'm dancing, I go to stop the drum, and I look at the drum, and he was not even looking at me. So I was like, hey, you're not looking at me. I think we're supposed to be connected. You're supposed to be following
because
me.
there's a way you have to stop the drum.
Yeah, I tell him you're supposed to. You're supposed to be looking at me, so you should know what I'm doing. He's like, no, but I know what's coming next. I was like, my boy, it's not about what that's coming next.
You have to be prepared.
Right. I tell him, because remember, I can stop you at any time. I can go into any other movement at any time, and then the drum has to be with me. He's like, no, but I know next is that. I like, And interestingly, while we were coming down on the vehicle this morning, we were having that discussion. And Nigel, thank you for saying something earlier on, and I have to blow Abio's horn. Abio is a unsung hero. Abio like to be in the background. He do not like to be seen. I think he probably more or less want to be heard. So let his drums talk for him. Because we're talking, and I'm telling them in the week, was it in the week? Sometime back we performed, I think last week. And I tell them Abio is one of the best drummers,
Oh, yeah.
Because Abio is looking, and we were talking about how subtle he is on the drum. It's like other people, Teacher was comparing with somebody else saying how you see the other person like
but he does it effortlessly.
Right, which she was like the person performing on the drum, because how the person will be in the drum and the person whole body movement. Abio just sitting there and just seeing his fingers. The fingers just moving. And every turn you take, Abio capturing that.
So Abio is beating that drum.
Let me tell you.
Carlton is dancing. And Adi's on this. Oh my God.
Even in the middle of the
can you imagine all of this?
Even in the middle of it, you just stop. You think so that he forces you to dance, because whatever you give, he giving back. Whatever you give, he giving back. So that just pushing you to. There are sometimes people performing on drums and you're just checking, but somewhere you missed that. Let me finish with that, because you feel like you're just doing the same thing. It's monotonous and you're not getting anywhere, and you're not getting any feel to want to do anything, and that tiring you. When you have a good drummer, let me tell you, you can be as tired as you are. you will keep on dancing. You will dance. But when you have a drummer and you fighting to raise the drum and the drummer just there, nah.
Yeah, wow, Nigel, I just love this.
Yes.
You know, I just love. Because if you look at the belly as well, it's also like a story. You know, if you
Yes,
if you
it
know how
is.
to listen. Because sometimes you'll see the girl taunting the guy, and when he's coming onto her now, like she's
Yeah.
cutting a vari, cutting a style. You know, oh my goodness, our culture.
Because it's really
It's
truly
beautiful. It is beautiful.
the man comes like a peacock. If you watch, he's the one dancing first. Most of when we do in our part, different people do it differently. But for us in Granby, usually we have the two of them coming together. It's like a cockfight, trying to let you see, hey, I'm better. And then after a while, the woman pulls out like, hey, let me see what you can do. And the man comes like a peacock. He go in all his flair, do whatever he's doing, and then the girl will come with that and like, I'm doing it better. And then when they see they cannot surpass one another, then they will try to join to dance, and then you just get this beautiful piece of dance.
Well said, man. Well said. I love how Carlton and Adi just put
I
everything
want us to
together.
dance. I'm looking at the time. I want another piece though. And
I
I also want the former Miss Wap. She got
former Miss Wab and Miss
Give
South.
us a little piece as well,
But-
just by herself.
I
and just how
I
she
think it's ready
carries
to do
that.
the next piece. I wanted to ask Adi
Sure.
and of course is it Ernell?
Erlene.
Early.
In terms of the song and Carlton as well, composition of the songs. How do you guys go about doing that? Do you like see a topic something happening in the village or some topic somewhere? How do you put it together?
Okay. All
Why is they getting ready to do the
funny
next
thing,
piece first?
I can hold the drum, especially for the pitchy myself. So when I get a thought, you see, like now I'm working on two things, on two different ideas. You see these little black midges? I
Yes.
have something working on. Yeah, can he bete mwe? Mo pa fe ye anye, mo pa di ye anye, me ye can he bete mwe? Okay.
I would do better than us, man.
Okay.
I would get a piece there. We don't even know that.
And you see how creative we are as Dominicans. I mean, there's simple things, you know, something a catchphrase, something that people can just
Yeah.
That one there is for the black midges because they really troubling me, and when they troubling me, they
And you are
inspire
the
me to sing for them, and the song comes.
yes.
Sometimes I take the drum and I get the beat, and then I work on the drum. So I get the song to go with the beat,
Yes.
and sometimes I use an old tune and I change the words to fit what is happening today.
Okay.
And it
Sure.
is that way.
Okay, so what we're going to do as we talk now, Nigel, they're going to just rearrange again, just one more piece before we end. And we want to see the young lady, do a little something for us. And, I know she doesn't have the wop duet on, but she will know what to do.
The next song, I know Abby doesn't like it very much, but it tells a story of something that truly happened. So if you will listen to the words,
Yes.
you will get it.
So you'll sit to do this one, or you're going to dance?
No, she will dance.
Oh, she will dance?
And I will help
Okay,
her
let's see how
with
we can
the
make it
singing.
work. Let's see how we can give her some space to dance.
All right. So why is it doing that? Yes.
Nigel, by the way, Nigel. I'm seeing a Miss Alvin Thomas, Ivona, and Nigel.
Daddy,
Good morning.
what is he saying?
Hear that, Nigel? The time change fool me, boy. Time change
Wait
2
up.
weeks. Detention.
No excuse.
Detention.
That I'm not getting a pass.
No, detention.
Detention.
Detention. What?
See you downstairs for you to clean up
Yes.
the second floor.
Maybe I came into. Okay,
Yes.
so Chelsea said move the drummer chair to the middle. He's hidden at the back. Okay, so we'll correct that.
Move the drummer.
So they're
Okay,
setting up
all right.
again.
All right.
Let's see if we can. Yes, I'm Adi.
The only thing we're missing, one instrument is our ting-ting.
Okay, the ting is missing.
It's part of the drum.
Nigel can do that part. Nigel, try
But
some.
of course.
That's, we are just missing the ting.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll make it work. Nigel,
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Famille malhonnête, pour la petite démago, madame la lettreti, voilà tambouillé.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour la petite démago, madame la lettreti, boy la tambouillé.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour la petite démago, madame la lettreti, voilà tambouillé.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour la petite démago, madame la lettreti, boy la tambouillé.
Vieille appelée Margot, pour pas à manger tout. Mais pour la petite démago, madame la lettreti, voilà tambouillé.
Ouais, malhonnête. Pour l'appétit des magots, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ou c'est quoi ma tante Lee, ou c'est ma tante maman, mais pour l'appétit des mangots, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit des magots, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Famille malhonnête, pour l'appétit des mangots, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit des magots, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Famille malhonnête, pour l'appétit bilision, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit illusion, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Cassis mes papiers, mon caoul les chapelets, et pour l'appétit bilision, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit illusion, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Famille malhonnête, pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Tout ça ouais c'est rouge, et tout ça mon ouais c'est blé, et pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Cavote basquero, et mon cavote pouedo, et pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Ouais, famille malhonnête. Pour l'appétit politique, madame la lettrée, si baille la tambouille.
Wow. Nigel. Wow.
This is what you call, I mean, not just creativity, but this is, I mean, the joys of listening to Abiyo playing that drum, and of course seeing our wonderful dancer and the way she is expressing herself, and the way they do it so effortless, man. It's like, you know, there's no way you can hear that music or you can see those dances and not feel something.
Were you listening to the words of the song as well, Nigel? About
well, yes.
Nigel, perfect idea, man.
Yes, I think everybody for just a mango, for just really John, for the, you destroy the young.
Wow.
That's a wonderful story to be told. I don't know what is behind the story, but please do not destroy people for little things or destroy people for things, you know, that could be avoided. Right, Adi? That is the story. I don't know.
Okay.
So what is the in terms of the season? Of course, the season has ended officially, really, the independent season. What is next on your activities, your calendar, in terms of maybe where you'll perform, or are you practicing still? What is happening?
Actually, Tradiwell practice throughout the year. There are sometimes we take some light breaks, but we usually practice throughout the year because we are called upon to dance at different gatherings, private parties, at national events, and so it's like it's never a dull moment. We do not wait for independence to perform with Tradibell. Actually,
do you do anything during the cruise season? I know the cruise season is on.
Sometimes we may get to perform for the tourists, but most times we usually get to do more for locals throughout the year. And then something we have done, we have not how do I say, put ourselves on a back burner, and we do social things together as a group. We usually try to get the opportunity where we can get a little time to hang out and things. So it's not like create new things. Actually, we're going to be creating some interesting techniques and style. But we're gonna leave that for people to see.
Nigel, what we could do as well, I know Adi is coming to say something. What we could do as well, Nigel, because we are connecting dots. So we have to see how we can connect Tradibell, Nigel, with probably another group. I know they are connected to a lot of Dominicans abroad, but we have to see how we can strengthen, you know, these ties.
Yes,
through connecting the dots and see what we can do as well for them, for the Tradibell cultural group. And as I speak about that.
So Alvin Thomas is going to work on the Atlanta section of it.
And great.
And I'll work on the Florida section of it, and we'll connect them with the dots over here, because that's what we do. We
that is what I want. That is what I want.
Know? Yes.
I know Ad is going to say something as well, but quickly before I forget, though, and as I speak about this, Nigel, I spoke to Mrs. Bain, and she was telling me about some of the things that we can do, especially creating a registry, sort of, especially of professional people, Dominicans abroad. So that is something that we want to discuss as well, you know, going forward on other programs.
Definitely.
But let's hear from Teacher Adi.
Okay, I just wanted to say that our repertoire is not solely belly dancing. Like Charlie Bell in the past, and we wanted to go back to that. We have been doing plays, we have been doing folk songs, creative dance. You just name it, and we will always a lot of singing. So, like now we never even sang one song, but ring games, like we try to keep our ring games alive. So it's not like only belly dancing. So we just have to get a lot of time to rehearse. Now, one of the difficulties sometimes why we can't go out sometimes, we have a lot of people who are teaching in the teaching service. So sometimes according to the time of performance, we have certain problems. Now, on the point of linking with people, I really want to say hi to our members who are in St. Thomas. They still consider themselves members.
Papa, say love
and their wife, and then we have Adiet Matthew, who might be listening at this point in time. She has never really left culture. She has never really left Dominic.
Aliet, my darling, good morning to you.
She's somewhere listening, trust me.
I'm sure she is.
She is still very much interested in, bringing up and lifting up the cultural vibes. So maybe, with meeting groups over the seas and locally, because that was one of the things we used to do before, have local exchanges. We used to have one or two regional exchanges. But sometimes things become hard. You don't get sponsorship and, So,
Naja me gari adi na adi belwi.
Because Adi treble, Adi still has everything that she had.
Yes, wow.
Yes.
So many
Adi, keep it up, my dear.
Stage.
Much appreciated.
Okay.
Wow. Nigel, I mean, we have to
Nigel,
end.
I need somebody like you sometimes, to give me a little.
But everybody want Nigel, eh? Nah, man, Nigel. Nigel, I got some messages for you. I'm telling you, now me. I keep it them to myself because people listen check me. It's just everything is a Nigel. Oh man, come on, man. Who does that?
I've only just check you whenever you come. I check in you those.
Oh yes, well, Carson is my boy. I mean, we go way back.
Say hi to Auntie Ivo.
Hey, Auntie Ivo, you hear that from early, and she has to say Auntie Ivo. She has to say.
But here you go.
Of course.
Yes. Delia Coffee Week say you should have joined the dance though. That's the only thing that was.
Yeah. I wanted to go in on the next side and dance, but I just say, boy, let me next time. But it was really a pleasure. It was really I mean, we have to go, and I really wish we had another hour with you all. I really enjoyed that time with you all. I'm happy, that we can continue to recognize you all. You have so many unsung heroes in Tradibel Cultural Group, and I'm hoping that more recognition can come for people like Abio. I mean, when Abio is on that drum, Nigel, you cannot disturb him. He is so into this. He's immersed into this thing, and he's beating the drum, and you can just see him, and wow, this is talent.
A lot of groups because our drummer population is low, so he has to be helping a lot of the other groups around the village as well as out of the village.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks again, all of you, for joining us on Connecting the Dots. We are so happy that we had you. In fact, we had to have Jill Fontaine. But Jill understood, when I told him that, we want to have Charlie Bell because his season just ended, so we want to bring them on now. And so next week, God willing, we should have in Jill Fontaine. What's this song again, Nigel? Disco chanting. Let me go, let me body.
Let me go.
Nigel is singing Dife. Sing the other one. Let me go, let me roll me body.
That's another one.
Let me party tonight. Anyway. So thank you so much.
It was a pleasure coming in and doing what we can do. I hope it's what we can do best. But there are other things people do best as well. But with the help of God, let us hope that we will continue doing it and spreading the vibes and teaching the young ones and making Dominica happy and proud.
Teacher Adi, I salute Abby, everybody, Abio, Carlton, all of you. I salute. Thank you so much. Nigel, so we'll do it again next week, God willing?
Yes, you do it again, my dear. Next Saturday we connect again. Thank you so much, Tradibel, and everybody else for connecting and sharing the vibes. Much appreciated. Continued blessings. And we connect again next week, my dear.
Sure. So, Nigel. Okay, so Nigel, we'll talk next week.
We'll talk next week.
All right, you take care, man.
Take care.
All right, that's it. And we are going to join Major Mystic for another program that should be DG Fun Time and should be on already. Let's see how we can make this work. And stick around. You're listening to DBS Radio. There's so much in store for you. And we invite you to join us again next week, God willing, for another Connecting the Dots on National Broadcaster DBS Radio.
Major Mystic.